It's deja vu all over again as the NORWOSSA Boys Hockey Championship will come down to one game with a winner moving on to the OFSA Provincial Championships. It's the Sioux North Warriors and the Fort Frances Muskies live from the Ice for Kids Arena in Fort Frances. Hello hockey fans, so glad you could join us. Biggest game of the year without a doubt for both teams. It's game 3 of the best of 3 NORWOSSA Boys Hockey Finals. Series tied at 1. Muskies taking game 1 by a 3-1 count here in the fort. The Warriors fighting back with a 5-1 win in Sioux Lookout on Friday. It all comes down to this, same as last year when the two teams battled. A double overtime thriller won by the Warriors. They are the defending champs. The Muskies want their title back, the one they lost after 13 years in a row. It's gonna be a dandy. Let's go to the action. Here's starting goaltenders for the Warriors. Jaden Marshall, who was terrific in making 32 saves in the Game 2 win on Friday. And for the Muskies, it's Darian Clem, who had 37 stops in a losing cause in Game 2, but was terrific in Game 1 with a couple of fantastic saves to deny the Warriors. Starting up front for the Muskies, it's Cole McGill, Jake Barker, and Brady Bondarchuk, along with Jace Jackson and Connor Nelson on the back end. While the Warriors counter with their top group of Cortez Favat, Kendall Schultz, and tonight Brett Martin getting the assignment on the top line, at least for starters. And we'll have an early face-off in the Muskie zone, 35 seconds into the game. Muskies will have to overcome some adversity as they lost veteran defenseman Austin Armstrong in the final minute of Game 2 to a broken wrist as he was hit while trying to make a shot. The Muskies will go with 5 defensemen today. Shot, run! Oh, chance there for Matthew Binkus coming in from the point, but he put it just wide. Muskies get it off the glass and out. Here's Matt Spence at center. He tried to move it ahead, but Bingus intercepts. Goes cross ice to Surgery. Surgery. His pass finds no one, and it's Jace Jackson coming up now. Jackson in on the left wing. Moving in, pass across! Oh, Matt Spence had a chance, but couldn't quite settle the puck down and was taken away from it at the last minute. Good early opportunity there for the Muskies. Have to believe the first goal is going to be absolutely crucial. You do not want to be playing catch-up hockey with all the marbles on the line here today. Here's Noga knocking it in behind the net. Forbes back for the Warriors. The top scoring defenseman in the league, Ben Forbes. Warriors move it out to center. Nelson now over to Jackson. He finds Noga. That gets away from him. He'll chase it down to the Warrior zone. Try and move it back out front. That's picked off by Bailey, but Noga gets it right back. Bailey now around the boards. Jackson will pinch. He lets it get by him though, and Legary sends it out. Here's Connor Nelson, being watched by Joel Kolchiski, who missed Game 1 with injury, was back for Game 2. Muskies clear it down. This will be Forbes. He moves it to Bailey. Over to Cortez Favat. Favat with a huge shorthanded goal in Game 2, gave the Warriors a 3-1 lead and pretty much took the life out of the Muskies at that point as the Warriors added 2 more in the third to take the 5-1 victory. Muskies won the season series in the regular season between the two squads 2-1, thus securing home ice advantage. But all the games between these two teams have been nip and tuck the entire way. Today should be no different, as a shot at the OFSA single and AA provincials in Kincardine, March 19th to 21st, will go to the winner of today's contest. Muskies now trying to forecheck here. It's Jackson. Intercepted there by Bingus. Now DeTero. Oh, he tried to find Kelly in front for a tip, and it went off his stick and just wide. Warriors now try and dump it out. Here's Jackson. He waits for his mates to get on side, then dumps it in and chases after it against Schultz. Schultz, no points yet in the first 2 games so far. The leading scorer in NORWOSSA this year with 42 points. But the Muskies so far to this point have denied him. Here's Favat now, trying to work loose of Avis's check. Favat in behind the net. Avis all over him, goes back to the point. Here's Forbes, his shot, deflected. Oh, that just went wide. Hit a couple of bodies in front on its way to the net. Just went wide of the Muskie cage. Barker gets it, slams it down the ice. It'll be icing with 3:48 gone here in the first period. No score. The Warriors and the Muskies. Again, Sioux North coming in for the first time ever as the defending NORWOSSA champions after a thrilling 4-3 win in double overtime in Game 3 here at the Ice for Kids last year. Ben Lavoie, who had 2 goals in Game 2 on Friday night, getting that overtime winner for the historic first ever championship for the Warriors. The Muskies, winners of 13 consecutive titles before then. They want their goal back. Here comes Spence, right in, shot, stopped by Marshall. Good chance early for Matt Spence. Here's Nelson, cross ice. Shot there, deflects, goes wide off the stick of Redford. Muskies now trying to set up the check. Here's Spence, his pass into the center, hit a body and went on goal. Nearly fooled Marshall. Nelson now to Redford. He goes deep into the corner. Forbes will pick it up there, try and get it out. Gets past man, and the Warriors will dump it out. Nelson now. Connor Nelson, who will be absolutely huge in terms of his presence from the Muskie blue line today, with the Muskies only carrying 5 defensemen. He is their top blue liner, and they will be asking for a lot of minutes from him today. Here's call-up player Josh Ward back in the lineup. He played in Game 1, did not play Game 2, but back in there for the Muskies today. He's trying to get the puck off Bingus. Noga also helping him. Good forechecking here by the Muskies. Ward tries to sneak it past Bailey. Ward comes up with it. Goes back to Taro at the point. Warriors pick it up though, send it out to center. Kiequish tried to get past his man, but Gursky knocked him off his base, and the puck bounces into Clem. And he'll hold it. 5:23 gone in the first period. No score yet in Game 3 of the best of 3 NORWOSSA Boys Hockey Championship. Muskies pick it up in their own zone. This is Barker. Trying to move it ahead to Jackson. Sent back in though, still onside. Schultz, he loses it, he gives it away. And it's Bodnerchuk. Comes into the neutral zone. Has the puck taken off him. Schultz dumps it back down. Jackson in against Favat. Favat gives him a shot in the boards. But the Muskies come away with it. Here comes Jake Barker, the Muskies leading scorer. His shot saved by Marshall. Barker with the only Muskie goal in Game 2. He tied the hockey game after the Warriors had opened the scoring on a goal by Cameron Bailey. But after Lavoie got one in the second, it was Favat scoring 2:17 later, shorthanded to put the Warriors up 3-1. And goals by Damon Anges and Lavoie with his second of the game. That happened 2:21 apart in the third, within the first 5 minutes of the period. Put the Warriors out front at a point where the Muskies were not going to catch them on Friday. So far, though, good pace from both teams, chances for both sides. And we have no score here at the Ice for Kids Arena. Fantastic crowd out today. A whole brigade of Sioux North fans made the trip down for today's contest, plus all the Muskie fans here. Here's Gursky's shot. That hits a body, as Michael Ward had it glance off him. Big hit there against Lavoie. Now this is Lawson in there battling against Gursky in the corner. Gursky comes away with it. Totero sends it to the boards. Avis, he can't clear it out. Anges, Lavoie's shot! And Clem grabbed that. Puck came loose briefly, but the whistle had gone. 6:56 into the first period. These two teams both with identical 12-3 records in the regular season for 24 points apiece. But the Muskies again getting home ice advantage based on a 2-1 win in the season series. Jackson is trying to start things out for the black and gold. He's bothered there by Kolchiski, but Gartsky gets it. Gartsky, he'll dump it in deep. Chase in after it. Forbes back there for the Warriors. He leaves it for Surgery. He goes around the boards. Kolchiski gets it. Tried to knock it out and does. This is Redford now. He'll clear it back into the Warrior zone. Stop behind. Marshall tried to stop behind the net. He couldn't. And now Noga in there battling for the puck, but Forbes comes up with it. Cousineau picks it up for the Muskies now. Battle in the corner. Noga, Surgery, and Cousineau. And it's Cousineau coming away with it. Tries to make a move in the corner against Surgery. Noga now in the corner. He gets dropped there by Surgery. Stays with it. Behind the net is Davis. They try and dump it out, no good. Redford way back into the corner. Legary puts a hit on Redford to the delight of the Sioux North bench. Puck shot down the ice now. Right on goal to Clem. Jackson will be back for it. Here's Jackson. Bothered by Schultz. Sends the puck ahead. Warriors pick it up in their own zone. Now they'll try and move it. This is Bingus. Gets it to Schultz. He deflects it into the zone. Clem will take no chances. Cover that puck up and bring about another face-off. 8:21 gone in the first period. McGill, who has the only Muskie with a point in both games so far. A goal in game one, an empty netter to put the game away. Scores! And there's a goal to get things going for the Sioux North Warriors. Matthew Bingus with a long floater. Got through all the traffic in front and snuck over the shoulder of Darian Clem. So at 8:25 of the first, it is the visitors jumping in front 1-0 on a goal by Matthew Bingus.
Scoring for the Sioux North Warriors, number 20, Matthew Bingus. Assist to number 14, Kendall Schultz.
Muskies with a good chance there. Kelly coming in on the left wing, but that's stopped. Now here's another chance. Kelly tries to get it. Stays with it. He shoots off the side of the net. And it's picked up there by Martin. Muskies put it back in, but is offside. Scoring summary on the opening goal. Matthew Bingus from Kendall Schultz. So Schultz off the schneid here in the final after being held without a point in the first two games. Gets an assist here to start things off at 8:25 of the first period. Sioux North taking an all-important 1-0 lead. Muskies now trying to respond. This is Avis in front. He bodies Lawson. Tries to get the puck and does. Avis walks in, shot! Stopped by Marshall. He will hold on. 9:16 gone in the first. Muskies with Avis taking the draw. Nolan Mann and Michael Ward also out there on the front line. Ward tried to go across ice, got picked off there by Lavoie. Lavoie gets it, sweeps it into the Muskie zone, and back for it is Redford. Redford hacked at there by Angies. Muskies move it out though. Avis gets around his man. Avis moving in with Mann. Avis looking to pass. Gets around behind the net. Body there by Bailey. Forbes against Mann, kept in by Jackson. Over to Nelson. Nelson, he'll shoot. Loose puck. Ward hacking away, and Marshall finds it in time and covers up. Muskies showing a good fight back here after giving up the opening goal. A couple of strong shifts back to back. looking to get the equalizer. Miguel in on that draw. Warriors win it though. Bingus gets it. Off the boards and all the way down the ice. And we'll have an icing call. Face off back in the Sioux North zone. This has certainly become a heated rivalry over the past 2 seasons. Sioux North had their struggles before last year. We're probably consistently in the bottom half of the league standings, but they have come together as a group and matured very well in the past 2 years. Good enough to win it all last year in NORWOSSA, and good enough to push the Muskies to a Game 3 here in this year's final. And now leading 1-0, but here's Nelson with it. Nelson goes around his man, shoots, saved by Marshall. Loose puck, Bondarchuk in front. He's got 2 Warriors all over him. Martin and Surgery, no call. A good tackle job there by the Warriors. The refs let it go. And here come the Muskies off the boards. Barker. He'll go in to get it. Warriors pick it up. Bingus. Bothered there by McGill. He's taken off his feet. Schultz. Now battling against Michael Ward. Schultz all the way down the left wing. Fighting hard there with DeTero. Puck comes back to the point. In behind the net now, and it's Redford. Warriors will change. DeTero off the boards into the neutral zone. Sent back in by Bailey. Redford will chase it down. Watched there by Angies. Now moved out, and here comes Spence. 2-on-2. Moving in with Avis. Oh, back pass though, misses Avis. Sent all the way down. And this will be an icing call, as we are down to 8:15 left in the first period. Sioux North on a goal by Matthew Bingus, leading this contest 1-0. So scratches for the Muskies today. Austin Armstrong out with a broken wrist. And defenseman Declan Webb also missing, as he has been all season with a shoulder injury. For the Warriors, Tyler Levesque, Kalen Roy, Xander Crane, and Jabez Kakapetum all sitting this one out. Here's the Muskies regrouping, looking to move forward. Man, though, can't get anything going. It's sent back in. Now Gursky will try. Gursky, who missed game 1 of this series due to illness, I do believe. He was replaced by call-up player Darnell Kemp. In front, Angie's shot, stopped by Clem. Kemp, however, unavailable for today due to work commitments. So the Muskies will have to go with 5 blue liners the entire contest. It'll be interesting to see how that comes into play as we move along in this contest and see if the fatigue factor will be a concern for the Fort, especially if the game goes to overtime or double overtime like last year. Those could be a pack of tired blue liners by the end of this one. Here's Josh Ward. He tried to move it ahead to Noga. That got away from him, and Forbes sent it back down. And another icing call. Both teams not objecting too strenuously to just getting the puck out any way they can, even if it means an icing. Confident enough in both of their face-off games that they don't mind taking the draw in their own zone. Noga with a shot there. Marshall kicks it aside. Bingus gets it off the boards and out. Back is DeTero. He moves it ahead. Loose puck at center. Now here's Josh Ward. He'll shoot. Pad save by Marshall. Bingus battling against Josh Ward. Far side now is Noga. Now Ward. Looking for Gartsky in front. Nelson. He'll keep it in at the point. Backhands it. Josh Ward. Goes back to Nelson at the point. Nelson with a man on him. Here's Gartsky. He fires it in behind the net. Bingus will try and dump it out. No good there. Ward's shot. That deflects and goes wide. Bailey will rip it around the boards. And the puck will be tipped out and down the ice. Good chance there. Queequish had Kolchiski wide open in front of him, being able to get it across to him. But a nice defensive play there by Connor Nelson. Now, here's Favat. He'll fire it in. Stopped by Clem. And the Muskie goaltender will hold on for the faceoff. 6:16 to go in the opening stanza. Sioux North continuing to lead 1-0. McGill now against Favat. Favat wins it. Back to Forbes. Forbes shot. That's blocked nicely by Barker. Tried to send Kelly away, but Warriors recover. Here's Barker now moving over the line. Shot. That hits Forbes. Nice job of blocking there by the Warriors captain. Jackson. He's sent to the ice on a hit by Martin. Favat now knocked down by Kelly. This game's getting physical in a hurry, folks. Here's the Muskies. Kelly. He'll send it in deep. Chase in after against Forbes. Marshall stops it there. And it'll be Surgery. Up the boards to Favat. Body there by DeTero. Spence comes away with it. He shoots. And a stop by Jaden Marshall. With 5:32 to play in the first period. Marshall, as many Muskie fans will remember, an incredible game in Game 3 last year with 80 saves in the double overtime win to give the Warriors the title. However, the Muskies will be going on the first power play of the day right now at the 14:28 mark as Warriors sniper Cortez Favat has been given a minor for slashing. So the Muskies to the power play, a part of their game which has been sorely lacking in the first two games. So far, a combined 0 for 10 through games 1 and 2. And a power play marker would be absolutely a godsend at this point for them, especially trailing this game 1-0. Here's Nelson. Plays at the line. Avis tried to pass across to Spence coming in on the left side, but no go there. Nelson puts a hit on Lawson, sends him to the ice. Good hard hit there by Connor Nelson, who now moves it ahead. Spence rather to Michael Ward. Ward, his shot, pad save Marshall. Puck will be fired out. DeTero couldn't get to the blue line in time to keep that one in. He's battling there with Martin. Now DeTero at the line. Moves it to Nolan Mann. Mann in behind the net. Bingus waits for it there. He'll look to fire it out, but he hits the netting instead. And the faceoff will stay in the Sioux North zone. 4:22 to go in the period. 50 seconds remaining in the Muskie power play. A case of the Muskies being a little too cute so far in this series when they've had the man advantage. A lot of perimeter passing, but not really taking a whole lot of shots on goal. You'd have to think that strategy is going to have to change if they're going to have some success here today. Fire away from the point and flood the front of the net. Here's DeTero, maybe going to do just that right now. No, he'll pass it off to McGill. In close to Noga. Pad save there, Marshall. He flips it up. And Marshall holds it, and then Bondarchuk gets his stick in a little after the whistle and a little too aggressively for Sioux North's taste. But nothing to come of it. 38 seconds left in the power play. McGill will take the draw against Schultz. Muskies come up with it off the draw. Noga goes back to DeTero at the point. DeTero moves to the center of the ice. Goes to McGill. He tries to go across ice to Mann. But Mann hadn't reached the net yet. Warriors now get it and clear it out. 20 seconds to go in the power play. DeTero, time for one more rush for the fort. Starts out. Passes to Mann. That gets picked off there by Schultz. Schultz trying to cause havoc and kill off the rest of this penalty. And now the penalty is over to Favat. And now it deflects into the zone. Here's Schultz and Favat in that Muskie zone. The dynamic duo for the Warriors. Looking to double this lead. Favat. He's cut off by Nelson. Muskie's looking to move it out. Avis dueling with Favat in the corner. Now Jackson in there. Favat comes away with it. Gets in behind the net. Knocks Jackson loose. And now gets taken down hard by Nelson. And we're going to have a penalty. The official at center ice making the call, a tripping call against Nelson. The referee down in the Muskie zone saw nothing wrong with it. Bit of a strange call, but nonetheless, Connor Nelson will head to the box with 3 minutes exactly remaining in the first period as he gets the gate for tripping. The Sioux North power play has been nothing to write home about either in the first two games, as they went 0 for 4 in game 1 and 0 for 3 on Friday night. So the two teams combined after that first penalty kill today by the Sioux North, a combined 0 for 18 in this series. So you can look at that as two ways, either some brilliant penalty killing or some less than stellar power play work. I'd fairly guess that it's a combination of the two.
Fort Francis minor penalty to number 4, Connor Nelson, 2 minutes for tripping.
Muskies clear it down early here in the penalty kill. And the Warriors have to start out from their own zone. Angies to Lavoie. He has it taken off him by Bodnerchuk. And sent down the ice by Barker. Nice job there by the B&B combo for the Muskies on this penalty kill. Bodnerchuk and Barker getting the job done so far. Crucial penalty kill here for the Muskies. They do not want to be going down 2 goals, especially at this late juncture of the first period. Here is Forbes working his way across the line. Forbes, a drop pass to Angies. That gets away. McGill, almost had a breakaway. Binkus got back just in time to knock it away from him where Cole McGill was gone. Marshall sends it away from McGill, moves it to Lavoie. Lavoie in behind the net to Bailey. 50 seconds left in the power play. Barker, he walks it across the line. That puck shot hits a stick, goes wide of the net. Bailey, he has that taken off him by Noga. Nice forecheck here by Carson Noga. Working against a pair of Warriors. Wraparound try. That almost hit pay dirt. Here's Surgery now, 30 seconds to go in the Sioux North power play. He's watched by Michael Ward. Moves it ahead now. Angies gets it to Lawson. Lawson walks in down the left wing. Jackson takes that lane away, but he dumps it to Favat. Favat trying to go with it, stuff it in on the short side. Clem was there. 3 seconds left in the penalty. Lawson comes away with it. He's got Favat out front. Penalty is over. Nelson, quick change. Warriors still with the puck. Schultz was alone in front. Favat saw him, but Schultz could not get a clean piece of the puck. Sent it high over the net, into the netting. And the faceoff will come outside the Fort zone. So the Warriors now 0 for 1 on the power play. And we are up to a combined 0 for 19 by the both teams with the power play so far in this series. You have to think if someone can squeak out that first power play goal, could be the difference here today. Here's the Muskies. Back in their own zone. Send it ahead. Can't quite get it out. Here's Forbes. His shot hits a stick and goes high and over the net. The dangerous Ben Forbes, third in the league, tied for third in the league in scoring this year with St. Thomas Aquinas' Cale Spencer with 25 points in 15 games. And again, the top scoring defenseman on the circuit. He's like having a fourth forward out there when he's out there. He's not afraid to rush that puck up the ice as he did for the opening goal in game 1. Great play by him to get that puck past Clem. Here's Spence now. Off his stick, goes into the zone. Muskies trying to keep it in. 25 seconds left in the period. Mann now with it. Mann. He loses off his stick. Bingus gets it over to Forbes. Forbes. That goes into the netting. Spence gives Forbes a bit of a bump as he was getting the puck out. Forbes did not take too kindly to that. 16.3 seconds remaining here in the opening frame. Avis taking the draw against Schultz. Nope, now it'll be Favat. Warriors off the boards. Can't quite get it out the first try. They'll get it out now. Here's Favat. 9 seconds to go. His shot. Steered aside by Clem. Nelson gets it. Gets it just out. Spence gets it, but no time left on the clock to do anything. And that'll bring about the end of the first period. So, both teams no go on the power play once again in the first. But 5-on-5, it's Matthew Bingus getting the lone goal in the hockey game so far. So your score after 20 minutes of hockey action. The defending NORWOSSA champion Sioux North Warriors 1. The hometown Fort Francis Muskies 0. Stay tuned. Second period action in a moment. We welcome you back to the Ice for Kids Arena here in Fort Francis for the second period of Game 3 of the NORWOSSA Boys Hockey Best of 3 Championship Final. And after 20 minutes, it's the defending champion and visiting Sioux North Warriors leading the Fort Francis Muskies 1-0. Only goal of the first period scored by Matthew Bingus of the Warriors at 8:25 on an assist to Kendall Schultz. NORWOSSA's leading scorer in the regular season this year, getting his first point of the series. As Sioux North takes a 1-0 lead. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play in the first period. Deep in the Muskie zone. Barker trying to fish the puck loose, and he does. He'll get it out now, moves it ahead to Bondarchuk. Bondarchuk tried to slip around Forbes, but Forbes and Bailey combined was not going to let that happen. Here's Favat moving in against Barker. He's taken down. No call coming. Thought there might have been a hook. Now we've got a problem. Favat in the crease against Clem. Clem now coming out to meet Favat. And the last thing the Muskies need is to lose their starting netminder. So Barker is going off. I believe this is to serve a penalty for Clem, as he did not appreciate Favat being in his crease area and delivered a punch to Favat. And then came out for some more words after the fact. 54 seconds into the second period, and Sioux North will be going on the power play, leading 1-0. A 2-goal lead here would be nothing short of catastrophic. And here's a chance, and Clem with a huge save on Favat. So I believe it was Clem getting the slashing minor. Barker serving it. And a great chance early in the power play for Favat, with a number of moves in tight on Clem, but Clem got the pad down, made the play. And now the Muskies send it down, and Marshall forced to cover it up as Bondarchuk was in close. Took a shove from Bingus. As is tradition in this fine game, teams are very protective of their masked men between the pipes. Any semblance of contact is sure to initiate a rather aggravated response. Now we have a stoppage. We'll do that face-off over again. Oh, now we have, it looks like a ice problem. The referee bringing his attention to what looks like a wet patch to the left of the Sioux North net. You're going to bring out the squeegees, do a little custodian work. Yeah, it's a fairly good-sized puddle. Not quite Rainy River, but a little more water than you want on your ice surface during a competitive hockey game. So the officials tend to the situation, and we'll have a small delay. Reviewing the season series between these two teams, the Muskies won the first game. Their regular season home opener, 5-4, back on November 23rd. Two teams didn't meet again until a doubleheader up in Sioux Lookout on February 10th and 11th. And the Muskies clinched that season series win with a 6-4 win in the first game on February 10th. The Warriors responding with a 5-4 win in the second game on February 11th. But that was enough to eventually secure home ice throughout the NORWOSSA playoffs, top spot in NORWOSSA for the black and gold. A controversial end to the regular season as the Muskies had one game left to play. We're trailing Sioux North by 2 points. The Dryden Eagles scheduled to come down for the regular season finale for both them and the Muskies, but with Dryden already eliminated from the playoffs, the Eagles making the decision not to spend the money to travel down to Fort Frances and play the contest. That handed the Muskies a free 2 points and put them into that tie with the Warriors, and with the tiebreaker advantage, winning the season series, gave the Muskies that home ice edge throughout the postseason. I'm sure Sioux North will not be sending Dryden any Christmas cards later this year for that move, as I'm sure the Sioux you would think, like to be playing this third game in front of friendly family and friends. And now we've got a problem in the other corner, so it's going to take a little more work to get this ironed out. That being said, though, Sioux North again with very good memories of this building a year ago, almost a year to the day, in what was certainly one of the best deciding games of the NORWOSSA Boys Hockey Championship of all time, as the game went to double overtime. The Muskies tying it on a goal by Caleb Breer with 1.9 seconds left in regulation. This crowd absolutely blew the roof off this place when that happened. And it looked like the Muskies had all the momentum in the world going to the overtime, but Jaden Marshall, the king of kings that day, 80 saves. His team outshot 82-45 that day. 83 to 45. 80 saves for Marshall. We are back to action. This is Bingus, watched by McGill. Schultz now does a flyby, and Bingus will start out. He'll move it to Lawson. Lawson now. He'll get past Redford, coming on the right wing to Favat, to Schultz. Shot! That goes wide. Nice passing play there by the Warriors. Here's Favat trying to work his way in. Clem gets a piece of that. It goes over top of the net. Nelson now battling there with Lawson. Favat in behind the net, but Redford's going to get it. He'll take it, fire it down the ice. 1:05 left. And now we are going to have the end of the Warriors power play as a head contact penalty coming to Cortez Favat. So Favat going to the sin bin for the second time today. And with 1:02 left in the minor penalty to Connor Nelson. 1:52 into this first period, or second period. We'll play a little 4-on-4 for a minute and 2, and then the Muskies will go on the power play. As Favat goes off 2 minutes for a head contact.
Sioux minor penalty to number 8, Cortez Pavot, minor penalty, head contact.
So we'll see how the game changes a little bit, if at all. A little more open ice for both sides now. 4-on-4. Lawson gets away from a DeTero check, but this is Jace Jackson picking it up for the Fort. He'll go to DeTero. DeTero to center. That pass misses Spence, and Bailey gets it. Bailey flips it high. DeTero tries to keep it at the line. He cannot, and the puck is sent into the Muskie zone. Jackson back for it. It'll be icing. 24 seconds left in the penalty to the Muskies' Connor Nelson. 2:30 into the second period. Sioux North holding the 1-0 lead on a goal by Matthew Bingus in the first period. Warriors win the draw. Send it into the Muskie zone, and now chasing after it is Brett Martin, number 4. The 2-4s going after it is Martin against Connor Nelson. There's a shot on goal. Clem lost it for a second, but gloved it quickly and held on. 8 seconds left. Sorry, that penalty earlier this period was not to Connor Nelson. It was to Darian Clem for slashing. So that one's almost done. Clem, another save on a shot by Bingus, looking for his second of the game. That took 4 seconds. Now line change here. Redford will come off. Spence goes on as he'll take his setup on the point as he usually does. The Muskie forward. Gives the Muskies 4 forwards out there on the power play. And now the penalty is over, and here come the Muskies with the power play. Here's Barker in on the left wing. Barker, he'll shoot. Stopped by Marshall. Nicely threaded through the legs of Surgery, but no go there. Now here's Schultz trying to bust away, but he's caught by Nelson. He's offside. Muskies will clear the zone, though, and it's Spence. McGill has that puck taken off him by Schultz, who's go looking for it. Barker back for it, though. Good penalty killing here by Schultz. Nelson now in over the right side. He'll drop it back. This is Barker. Shot! Stopped by Marshall. 15 seconds to go in the Muskie power play. 3:37 gone in the second period. Muskies win the draw. Michael Ward. Puck comes loose. Bailey backhands it high and out. Lawson will try and chase it down as the penalty's about to expire. Lawson in the corner. He loses to DeTero. Favat is out, and we are back to 5-on-5. So the Muskies join Sioux North in being 0 for 2 on the power play today. Now both teams combined 0 for 21 with the power play in this series. Here's a chance now. This is Forbes hustling after it. Nelson hustling back to try and stop him. The shot goes off Clem's stick high and into the netting. We'll have a draw in the Fort Francis zone. Be Cole McGill out for the Muskies along with Barker and Sheldon Kelly. Nelson and Jackson on the point for the Muskies. Here's Favat. He tries to go in front. That doesn't get through, and now Barker comes away for the Fort. Pass ahead, intercepted by Bailey. But Barker will get it right back. He'll work his way into the zone. He's got McGill in front. Pass in front. Just gets under the stick of McGill. Puck shot out, and this is Nelson getting it for the Muskies. He's watched by Lavoie. Jackson to Kelly. He moves it to McGill, but goes off his stick, and Forbes sends it back out. No icing on the play. Jackson will pick it up. We are 5 minutes into the second period. Sioux North with a 1-0 lead. Barker's shot. There's a blocker save for Marshall. He's been perfect so far today. This is Ropek in behind his net. He moves it to the boards to Forbes, but Forbes sends it all the way down, and that'll be icing against the Warriors. 5:20 gone in the second period. It's always an interesting question of debate when you ask an individual or a team, is it tougher to win the championship for the first time or to defend that championship the next year? Certainly Sioux Lookout waited a long time to get their first taste of NORWOSSA gold. They want more of it. The Muskies want that gold back after being the kings of the mountain for over a decade. The winner of this game goes to Kincardine, Ontario for the OFSA Single AA Provincials, March 19th to 21st. Here's Michael Ward. He'll shoot, deflected by Nolan Mann in front. It goes just wide. Good chance there. Avis now. Avis going to the backhand. And that's vacuumed up by Marshall. And held on to for a face-off. 5:47 gone in the second. An outstanding crowd here for game 3. Fans all around the seating areas. And now we get a penalty, and it's going to be the Warriors getting it. Matthew Bingus, the goal scorer today, he will go off for dragging down Michael Ward of the Muskies. So 5:54 into the second period. The Muskies will get their third power play opportunity of the day. 0 for 2 so far. And every power play they let slip away becomes even more crucial. Looking for the equalizer here. Down 1-0 in the second period. McGill to Spence to Nelson. Nelson shot. That's deflected. Barker got his stick on that one deftly. But Marshall snatches the loose puck and makes the stop. So it's McGill against Favat one more time. This time on the other side of the ice. McGill and Avis in there against Forbes. But he fires it around. Bailey trying to get there first. And he managed to push it ahead to Angie's, who gets it all the way down the ice. And the Muskies will go back and start over. Nelson leaves it there for Avis. Avis, he fans on his pass. Decides to leave it for Spence. Now goes to Avis, who dumps it in. Around the far boards, it's Barker. Now back to the point. This is Nelson. Walks in. Shot. Deflected. Scores! Hey, what do you say? Jake Barker. The perfect deflection. And we have our first power play goal of the series. And we have an exuberant home crowd. The Muskies have come back to tie this hockey game 1-1. So Jake Barker, who led the Muskies in regular season scoring with 20 points, and who led them against Sioux North this season with 3 goals in the regular season, gets a huge goal right here. He scored in game 2, scores in game 3. And just like in game 2, he has tied this hockey game up at 1. There's a shot. Oh, good chance there. Wicked shot by Bingus from the point. Favat was cruising in front, almost got a piece of it. Favat now trying to center it. Loose puck in front. Clem will dive on top of it. Cover that one up. Good response shift here for the Warriors after giving up the equalizer. Put the top guns out there. See what can happen. But so far, Darian Clem holding steady. So the goal, Jake Barker from Connor Nelson, the first power play goal of the series after the first 21 opportunities between the two teams that went for naught. Barker from Connor Nelson at 6:40, and we are tied. But here comes Kendall Schultz racing down the left wing. Schultz walks in and then puts that puck high over the net. Might have been deflected. Favat tries a shot on the rebound. No go there. Now the Muskies will come back. Looking to hit Avis, but no go. Bingus. Now it's shifted in by Martin. Martin chasing in after it. Jackson tips it away from him, but Favat will pick it up there for the Warriors. Trying to get it back to Martin. Goes in behind the net, and it's Nelson getting the puck. Nelson. He sends it dangerously in front. Muskies get it though, and here's Michael Ward. 3-on-2 for the Muskies. Michael Ward with Avis and Spence. There's a in front. Avis the shot. Spence almost got the tip. Couldn't quite get there in time. Here's Michael Ward though, going to the front of the net. That goes out the side. He'll go back to the point. Redford. Tadetero fires it wide. Comes around. Michael Ward against Lawson. Lawson will get it. And he'll flip it high and out. Tadetero though, nice play to grab it with his glove. Pull it down and send it out of the zone. Angies fires it in wide. Tadetero around the boards. Forbes puts it on goal. And Clem will just cover that up. Slow things down and bring about a face-off in the Fort zone. 8:27 to go, or 8:27 gone rather in the second period. And the Muskies are alive. A tying goal by Jake Barker. His second of the series. Play at center. Redford now back in his own zone. Watched by Angies. Takes a bump from Angies. And now it's Lavoie. Or sorry, Lawson on the far side getting it. Lawson. He can't move it in front. Forbes though. Now we got a battle deep in the zone. It's Lawson and Redford all tangled up. Still 4 players in the zone. Warriors just get out to clear the zone in time to not make it offside. Muskies. Redford sends it down, and that'll be icing against the Fort. 9:17 gone, second period. Fort Francis Muskies 1. Sioux North Warriors 1. Never mind a butter knife. You can cut the tension in the Ice for Kids Arena with a chainsaw right now. It's that thick. Schultz taking the draw against McGill. Muskies win it, and Kelly will take it, flip it high. Here's Sheldon Kelly now, moving in with McGill. Kelly fires! Stick save by Marshall. The Sioux North contingent who's made the trip, getting their vocals going. Making things loud here in the Ice for Kids. Muskie fans trying to respond. Puck sent down the ice. Favat now. Jackson on him. Nice play by Jace Jackson to take the puck off Favat. And knocked around for McGill. McGill now. To Michael Ward. Oh! Marshall way out of the crease for some reason. He must have thought there was a delayed penalty. There was none. And almost an unbelievable turn of events as Jaden Marshall, with the Muskies coming down the ice in the rush, found himself all the way out past his own blue line. And in scramble mode to get back, thankfully his defense covering up for him on the play, blocked the attempted shot by Michael Ward. That would have been the gift goal of all time in NORWOSSA final history, I would guess. Had that puck found its way into the net on that play. Marshall, obviously under the impression there was a delayed penalty against the Muskies coming up, headed for the bench, but there was no reason, there was no call coming. Here's a chance now, Ward in front. Puck cleared aside. And now you can feel the Muskies starting to pick up the intensity as they came close to grabbing their first lead. Here's Mann. He's bodied hard by Forbes. Nelson tries to get in across. And Mann felt that one. Now a 2-on-1. Forbes to Angies, but that pass misses. Forbes will pick it up in behind the net, send it out front. Nobody there. Mann off the boards. Ward will try and chase it down. Michael Ward stops. Looking for Avis coming in late. Couldn't quite get it to him. Bodies all over the ice now with this shift. Here's Forbes. He sends it out. Takes a bump from McGill. Brushed that off rather easily, but iced the puck. And we'll have a face-off back in the Sioux zone. The crowd still buzzing after that near miss for the Muskies, with Warriors goalie Jaden Marshall having thought there was a penalty on the play to the fort, heading to the bench for an extra attacker. But he was mistaken, and suddenly the Muskies were looking at a wide open cage if they'd been able to get it on net. But the shot was blocked by the Warriors defense just in time, saving Marshall's bacon on that one. Which is only fair because Marshall has saved their bacon plenty, both this series and in last year's final. Again, an unbelievable 80 save performance in Game 3 last year. The double overtime classic won by the Warriors 4-3. Schultz against McGill in the faceoff dot. Schultz wins it. He puts it right on net. Stopped by Clem. Barker tries to put it out off the boards. Bondarchuk against Surgery. Martin comes away with it though for the Sioux, but now it's the Fort. Nelson, he'll go for a skate. He has that knocked off him by Martin. Nelson grabs Martin's stick, throws it away, no call. Muskie's lucky there. Here's Favat. Puts it in on net, and Clem will cover it. Connor Nelson, very fortunate there. To be fair to him, Martin did seem to get his stick up first underneath his arm and get it caught up there, but Nelson throwing the stick away. Very surprised that did not draw the attention of the referees and land the Muskie blue liner in the box. 8:09 left in the second period. Muskies won, Warriors won. In what has been a scintillating second period. Just one goal, but all kinds of opportunities for both sides. Here's a shot from Forbes on the point. That may have been tipped heading to the net, but Darian Clem stays with it and holds on. Dotero battling Angie's behind the net. That puck comes out front. Kolchiski slides it on goal, but Clem once again cat-like in covering up that loose biscuit. Muskies make a change. It's McGill coming out with Barker and Kelly now. Redford and Dotero at the point. Now we are over 12 minutes into this period, and I have noticed a couple of significant absences on both sides. Have not seen Nick Gursky on the ice for the Fort this period so far. Not sure if that's a reoccurrence of what was troubling him in Game 1. Forced him to miss that game, although he was back for Game 2 on Friday. And I have not seen the Warriors' overtime hero of a year ago and their 2-goal scorer of Friday night's Game 2 victory, Ben Lavoie, at all in this period. To my recollection, he has been not on the ice, and that is a huge chunk out of the Warriors' offense if Lavoie has been knocked out of action. Certainly would not think it's a matter of Sioux going to a shorter bench. Even with a short bench, they'd certainly look into a guy who's been a Muskie killer in the last 2 finals. Icing here by the Muskies. So we'll keep tabs on that situation moving forward. But again, it appears defenseman Nick Gursky for the Muskies and forward Ben Lavoie for the Sioux North Warriors, for the time being anyway, are out of this contest. Here's the Warriors. Behind the net, this is Favat. He's got McGill all over him, but Favat comes loose. Looking to move to the front. Shot, stopped by Clem. Cortez Favat, ever elusive. And now a big hit laid there by either McGill or Kelly. Lost track behind a few bodies there. A cross check, and it's going to be Sheldon Kelly getting the gate for the Muskies. He doesn't like the call, but the officials aren't having it. So with 6:50 to go here in the second period, the Sioux North Warriors going on their 3rd power play of the game. They are 0 for 2 to this point. But looking to reclaim the lead in a 1-1 contest. Here's Bingus. That shot goes high over the net off the glass. Warriors, Martin looking to cut to the front of the net. Muskies trying to clear, they can't. Bingus with a nice skate stop at the point. His shot stopped by Clem. Forbes now against Bondarchuk. The two 21s out there battling each other. Now Martin back to the point. Schultz, he'll wait. He'll go to Bingus. Bingus, he goes for the long shot. Scored just like that in the first period with traffic in front. But this time Darian Clem says, no way, Jose. Will not be happening on that play. The glove save. And a face-off in the Fort zone. 1:26 to go in the Sioux North power play. Schultz now. He will battle with McGill. Warriors win the draw, but Barker trying to pick it up for the Muskies. He's taken off his feet by Angies. And now it looks like Angies is going to pay for rooting Barker off that puck. As Damon Angies heading to the box. And a hooking call to the Sioux North forward. That means for the second time today, a Sioux North power play is going to come to a premature end. Thanks to them taking a penalty of their own. This time it's Angies heading to the box for hooking. So we'll have 4-on-4 for 1:16. And then the Muskies will get another power play. They scored on their last power play, the first power play goal of the series, earlier this period to tie the hockey game 1-1. Jace Jackson now. He starts out from his own zone. Jackson moves it to Spence, who dumps it in on goal. Marshall will jump on top of that puck and hold on. 57 seconds left in the penalty to Kelly. And would the Muskies not love to grab their first lead of the game here in the latter stages of the second period? Here's Nelson. He almost lost it. Now I see Lavoie is back out there on the penalty kill. So Ben Lavoie making an appearance. So certainly not out of the lineup as I presumed a minute or two ago. Here's Avis knocked off the puck. DeTero gets it though to Nelson. Nelson shot! And a rapier-like glove hand flashed by Warriors goalie Jaden Marshall to make the save and bring about a face-off. We'll have 4-on-4 for another 29 seconds. It'll be Michael Ward against Schultz. Muskies get possession. Mann gets a shot on goal. Now here's DeTero to Jackson. Jackson goes to Mann. Back to DeTero. He'll wrist it. That hits Michael Ward in front. Bailey trying to get it out. Schultz will get it, flip it high, down the ice, and it'll be icing as there's still 9 seconds left of the penalty to Sheldon Kelly of the Muskies. So 4-on-4 for 9 more seconds. And then the Muskies will have the power play for 44 seconds. This is Avis. He'll go against Schultz. Muskies come away with it. Barker trying to shot. That hit his stick. Goes to the corner. Spence picks it up. Back to Nelson. To Avis. That puck's deflected away. Kelly's out of the box. Muskies on the power play. But it's Favat trying to get loose there against Spence. Good job of sticking with the play by Favat. As the Muskies struggling to get the puck out of their zone. All 4 Warriors in the Muskie zone right now. That shot by Forbes stung McGill. He'll stay out there for now. And the Muskies will try and move forward. 15 seconds left on the power play. Forbes, though, picks up the loose puck and rips it down the ice. Time getting short on this power play for the Muskies. Barker. He'll move it ahead. This is Spence. A penalty is over, but 3-on-2 Muskies. McGill has that stripped off him by Bingus, and now maybe a breakaway. Damon Angies walking in on Clem. Angie shot, scores! Out of the box and away to the races, Damon Angies with the goal to put Sioux North back in front, 2-1, with 3:56 left in the second period. So a bad break for the Muskies as they turn the puck over at the wrong time inside the Sioux North zone.
Scored by number 19, David Nagy. Assist number 20, Matthew Pingas.
So it's Damon Angies, who scored in the Game 2 win on Friday, getting a huge goal here for Sioux North at 16:04. Angies from Matthew Bingus. Bingus with a goal and assist in this contest. And the Sioux North Warriors, the defending NORWOSSA champions, have retaken the lead 2-1 over the hometown Fort Francis Muskies. Muskies looking to get back right now. Here's Noga to Cousino. That got under his stick. Kolchiski tries to backhand it out. He can't. Jackson now. High shot. That goes off Marshall's glove. Cousino back to the point to DeTero. DeTero to Cousino. To DeTero. Over to Jackson. Jackson losing his footing. He just sweeps it weakly into the corner. Surgery battling to get loose. Puck's going to come to Lavoie, and that puck bounces just over to DeTero's stick and out. 2:40 to go in the second period. Muskies make a change. Send it into the zone. Bingus will put it over to Surgery. Now Angies with the go-ahead goal here in the second. Puck out to center. It's Brett Martin. He'll dump it into the Muskie zone. Nelson back for it. Nelson now with room on the left side. He'll come out. Nelson backhands it in. Marshall push it to the in behind the nets. It's Bailey against Barker. Schultz takes Barker off his feet. Kelly in there now against Bailey. But the puck comes to Ben Forbes. And Forbes work his way out of the zone, dump it into the Muskie zone. Here's Nelson now. Over to Kelly. He can't quite get it past Schultz. Favat now with it. Hit there by Nelson. Favat stays with the play. A loose stick in the corner. Dropped by McGill. He picks it back up. Muskies send it out. And this is going to be icing against the Muskies. 1:26 to go in the second. And Sioux North on a go-ahead breakaway goal by Damon Angies, just coming out of the penalty box, has them in front 2-1. Angies now taking the draw against Avis, pair of 19s in the face-off dot. Binga's shot, that hits a body, and it'll be to Taro. Over to Michael Ward. Muskies hoping to reply before this period comes to an end. Puck to the line, kept in there by Mann. Ward to Mann. To Jackson, the shot, oh! Avis almost tipped that one home. Here's the Muskies now, putting on a push. Here's Mann, looking to shoot, hits Michael Ward in front. Back to the point, Jackson will try again. Jackson tried to pass to Avis, but that was behind him. Kept in, nice play there by Taro. Mann to Avis, that hits the stick and goes to the corner. Michael Ward. Mann gets bodied, but the Muskies still keep it in. Jackson walking in. Puck dances off his stick, he gets it back. 28 seconds left. Here's Avis to Ward, trying to get a shot off. That goes weak and wide. Nolan Mann, though, he'll go back to Taro at the point. To Jackson. Jackson walking in, shot! And it's Bingus in front. And it just gets out past Jackson. Good last shift for the Muskies, but to no avail. As Jackson back for it, he'll flip it high, and that'll do it for the second period. So the two teams trade goals, a power play marker by Jake Barker, and then on a breakaway just out of the penalty box, it's Damon Angies putting Sioux North back in front. 20 minutes to go, or more, possibly. But as of right now, your score after two periods, the Sioux North Warriors 2, the Fort Francis Muskies 1. Third period action in a moment. Does the season continue, or does it end here for the Fort Francis Muskies? We will find out over the next 20 minutes. After two periods of play in Game 3 of the NORWOSSA Boys Hockey Championship, it's the defending champion and visiting Sioux North Warriors 2, the Muskies 1. Your second period summary. The Muskies come into the period down 1-0 after a first period goal by Matthew Bingus of Sioux North. Tie it up with a power play goal, the first power play goal of this series. Jake Barker tipping home a shot from Connor Nelson at 6:40 to make it a 1-1 hockey game. But at 16:04, having just stepped out of the box after a penalty of his own, Damon Angies of the Warriors busts in on the right side and whistles a shot just off the inside of the post and past Muskie goaltender Darian Clem to give the Warriors a 2-1 lead. Angies the assist to Bingus. And so that is where we are at heading into the third period. The Muskies needing a goal to extend their season. The Warriors looking for their second straight NORWOSSA title. Loose puck! Clem couldn't handle it and almost had the rebound cashed in by Sioux North. But the Muskies get it out of danger. Barker to Bondarchuk. He dumps it in, now Surgery gets it. To Martin, he falls to his knees briefly, gets back up. Surgery, intercepted, Michael Ward. The backhander stopped by Marshall. Whoa! And now Ward tossed into the end boards by Bingus. And let's see if anything comes out of this. The Muskies not happy, and Michael Ward is slow to get up. Bingus made a quick exit. Actually, not Bingus, it's Schultz. Kendall Schultz, one of the Sioux North captains and the league's leading scorer. Actually, it'll be coincidentals. as Schultz goes off for Sioux North. Now, I did miss the number of the Muskie player that's going in. But it looks like it'll be just coincidental penalties here at the 57-second mark of the third. Michael Ward dumped into the end boards. Looked like it was by Matthew Bingus, so these coincidentals may be for what happened after the play. Ward took a hard tumble into those end boards, managed to get up and skate off. But coincidental minders assessed by the referee. Now Bingus is heading toward the box, and in fact, Bingus is going to get the gate for his actions. So whether they got the wrong guy originally, Bingus goes into the box to join Schultz. So it looks like Bingus maybe did not get away with his push on Ward. So Muskies are going to have a power play with here early in the third period, and a great chance to tie this hockey game up.
penalty to number 4, Brett Martin, and number 19 for the Muskies, Matt Spence. Minor penalties for roughing. Sulico penalty to number 22, Matt Bingus, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
So it's Bingus getting the 2-minute penalty for cross-checking, and then coincidentals, they said to Brett Martin. Looks like Schultz went in the box. Pass across. Puck goes wide. Here's Lawson. And a fantastic stop by Darian Clem. He looked down and out of the play, but a diving glove save to rob Isaiah Lawson to keep this a 1-goal game.
Winning 50-50 ticket tonight for $858. 978-4100. 978-4100. Pick it up, Silly Box.
So the Muskies escape giving up a shorthanded goal. Would have been the second straight game they gave up a shorthanded goal after Cortez Favat got one in game 2. Instead, the Muskies have the power play, 1:09 to go and down 1, but here's another chance now. This is Angie's walking in. His shot, that's high over the net. Angie's with the go-ahead goal in this hockey game, late in the second. Here's Michael Ward now, though. He gets hooked a little bit, stays with the puck. Bodied in the corner, Bondarchuk gets it. This is DeTero. He goes cross ice, trying to find Nelson. Nelson, that shot hits Noga. Nelson, back to Nolan Mann. Not DeTero's man out there, sorry, my mistake for that one. Ward now. To Nelson. Bondarchuk trying to screen in front. That shot hits him and goes wide. Man in behind the net. Noga against Forbes. Forbes gets it out, moves it to Lawson. Lawson to center, and he'll dump it in. And there is 10 seconds left in the Muskie power play. Nelson goes to Noga. Noga tips it in the neutral zone. Warriors get it though. They'll push forward, but Nolan Mann back for it. He goes off the boards and out. And now it's Noga to Avis. But cleared out by Ropek. Long pass there by Nelson, misses everything. And the clock is still running. 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds comes off the clock. Now the officials catch it. And we should have a reset of the clock to 16:47. So the Muskie power play failing to connect. And they are now 1 for 5 in this game. 1 for 15 in the series. And should the Warriors prevail in this series, the Muskies are going to rue the inefficiency of their power play against Sioux North. Great job of penalty killing by Sioux North. A lot of talented shooters on this Muskie team. To hold them to a 1 for 15 on the power play, no small feat. Face off down the Muskie zone, McGill against Favat. Scramble draw. Warriors came away with it briefly, but McGill gets it, moves it to Barker. Barker past Ropek, now he's walking in on the right side. 2-on-1, Barker with Kelly, gets his road shot on, loose puck! A backhander by Barker, Marshall got just enough of it, puck was loose in the crease. But the Warriors survive that foray into the offensive zone. But here come the Muskies again, Kelly now, he'll shoot, that goes off Forbes, wide of the net, bounces to Marshall, and he will hold on. Well, maybe a good omen for the black and gold, as the 50-50 winner has just been announced today. And it's none other than injured Muskie defenseman Austin Armstrong, who broke his wrist at the end of Game 2 Friday against Sioux Lookout. Out of action for this one. But he's going home with something in the area of close to $1,000 after that draw. So a little bit of change of fortunes for the Muskie defenseman, although I think he'd probably give every dollar of that back if he could be on the ice right now helping his team. Scores! Good omen! How about a good goal? The Armstrong vibe filling the Muskie bench, filling the Ice for Kids arena. Just mere seconds after he's named the draw winner of the 50-50, his team ties this hockey game at 4:13 of the third period. So it's Sheldon Kelly with a deflection goal. Another deflection goal off a shot of Connor Nelson. The second time Nelson's shot has been sent home by a Muskie. It was Jake Barker in the second period doing it. Now Sheldon Kelly who had the game winner in Game 1 of the semifinal against the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints. Kelly getting the goal, his first of the series from Connor Nelson and Jace Jackson at 4:13. And we have ourselves a tie hockey game. It's 2-2. Warriors pressuring the Muskies in the zone. Instead, it's Totero getting it. Moves it ahead to Avis. He'll dump it in. The Muskies will change. Nolan Mann in. Tries to dump it around. Spence tries to get to it for the Muskies. Battle along the boards. Warriors clear it out. Down the ice. And this will be icing against Sioux North. So a similar recipe for success for the Muskies for both their goals in this hockey game. Shots from the point, traffic in front, and deflection goals. And again, as I said earlier, Jaden Marshall, right now he sees the puck, he's going to stop it. He's in such a zone for Sioux North. But the Muskies flooding the front of that net, making it tough for him to see that puck. And Kelly with the tip in. And we are all tied. And what a shocker, folks. We're going to have another barn burner in Game 3 of the NORWOSSA Championship Final between Sioux North and Fort Francis. Check your calendars. It is 2019, but it feels like 2018 all over again right now. Marshall covers it up, brings about a draw. 6:03 gone in the third period. One of the best unfolding of events, timing-wise, I've ever seen. Injured Muskie defenseman Arston Armstrong wins the 50-50 draw, and seconds later his team cashes in for the equalizer. Here's Dotero against Favat. There's a shot. Schultz, that puck goes over the net. Martin battling against Redford, but it'll be Matt Spence coming up with a puck. He sends it ahead. Michael Ward can't quite catch up to it, and Forbes sends it to center. Slashed at by Schultz into the zone. And now here's Martin. He takes a hard hit from Nelson, but stays with it. Tried to get it out front. Now here's Jackson. Martin still in there buzzing, but the Muskies get it out. Move it to center. Bailey going up against Avis, who bumps Bailey. This is Lawson. He's hit against the boards by Ward. Stays with the play. Good job here by Isaiah Lawson. He's got Michael Ward all over him. Taking off his feet. Warriors still battling for the puck. And now Lawson looks to be struggling. Oh, he can't even get himself off the ice right now. His right leg collapsing underneath him, it looks like. Putting no weight on that leg almost whatsoever, and Lawson is off. And this would be a huge loss for the Warriors if number 5, Isaiah Lawson, is out of action for any length of time. He has mostly been playing alongside Kendall Schultz and Cortez Favat on the top line. But Lawson went down awkwardly after being bothered by Michael Ward in the Muskie zone. Was slow getting up, and then once he got up, took one stride, and his right leg gave out underneath him. He went down again temporarily, managed to get himself to the bench. But this is a situation that is definitely going to elicit some watching. If Lawson cannot get back in the game, a major part of the Warriors' arsenal has been lost. We will see what happens. Puck cleared out. Here's Ben Lavoie. Going around Dotero. Lavoie moves in behind the net. Watch there by Dotero. Now takes a hit. Dotero gets the puck off of him, but Angies keeps it going. Dotero now to Cousineau to Gartsky. That pass misses. No icing. Noga will go in against Bingus. Now Gartsky in to help Noga out. Angies as well. Noga. Great battle with Bingus. Here's Nelson's shot. That stop blocked. Here's Jackson. Shot deflected. Gartsky put it just wide. Here's Noga now in behind the net. Centers. Gartsky trying to get there. He bodies his man down. Kolchiski went down. But here come the Warriors. Forbes against the Muskies. 3-4 Muskies there. And Forbes still comes away with the puck. There's Schultz. Shot. That goes wide. Ben Forbes not to be denied on that play. Schultz now. Favat in deep. He's going to get the puck. Jackson working against him. Nelson trying to clear Angies out. There's a shot. Bailey coming in off the point, ripped it wide. Nelson tips it to the boards. All kinds of pressure now by the Warriors. This is Schultz to Favat. Jackson desperately trying to get him off the puck. And finally, it's Cousineau setting it down. And no icing on that one, as it was deemed the Warriors could have played it. Muskies escape on that shift. That was the best shift of the night so far for the Schultz and Favat combo. This pass goes long, misses everyone, and that'll be icing against Sioux North. 9:25 gone in the third period. Muskies 2, Warriors 2. Sioux North attempting to be back-to-back NORWOSSA champions. The Muskies. After a run of 13 straight NORWOSSA championships, having the crown wrestled away from them by the Warriors last year, looking to regain their spot as the kings of NORWOSSA and head to the OFSA championships. There's a shot by McGill, goes just wide and high. Warriors get it out. Here's Surgery. Over to Bailey. He finds Favat in full flight. Now Favat Nice work there by Ryan Redford. Didn't let the dangerous Favat sneak past him. Favat, though, picks it back up at center. He will not stop coming. This is Bingus over to Forbes. He's bodied hard. 2 Muskies tried to do the job on Forbes on that one. Puck set out, and now Spence racing after it, but Bingus came across just in time. Here's Kelly, gets the puck off Martin. Lavoie, McGill trying to strip him. Bingus gets it, sends it into the zone. We are under 9:30 to play in the third period. In a 2-2 hockey game, the winner heading to the OFSA Championships in Kincardine later this month. Nelson to Spence. He tips it into the zone. Chasing it after it is Avis. Getting help from Mann. Jackson backhands it in at the point. Bingus gets it around the boards. Kolchiski looks like he should get it out here. No, he won't. Great job by Spence to hustle over and keep it in. Now the Warriors send it high and into the Sioux North bench. And that'll bring about a face-off. 8:55 to go in the third period. And with every tick that comes off the clock, we head towards what could be another overtime scenario for the second straight year in the deciding game of the NORWOSSA Boys Hockey Championship. It took them 2 overtimes last year to decide it. Ben Lavoie with the winner with 33 seconds left on the clock in the second extra frame after the Muskies had tied it with 1.9 seconds left on a goal by Caleb Breer. Are we going to go to extra time again? Don't bet against it. Puck shot down the ice. No icing on this one. Lawson back on the ice after his injury, so good news for the Warriors as Isaiah Lawson returns to action after it looks like he'd sustained a leg injury on his last shift. But he is back out there. Still seems to be favoring it a little bit. But a gutsy effort here by the Warriors forward to keep himself available in the most crucial game of the NORWOSSA season. 8:27 to go in the third. Fort Francis 2, Sioux North 2. McGill takes the draw against Favat. Favat wins it, and now the puck set in the zone. This is Jackson against Martin. Favat in to help Martin out. McGill bodies Favat. Now it's a 4-man scrum for that puck. Who's coming away with it? Still up for grabs. Now Schultz in there to help the cause. Jackson bodies him. McGill against Martin. McGill gets the inside track, but Favat there to scoop up the loose change. Now the scrum happens on the other side. Great puck battles here right now in a tense hockey game. As we get to the latter stages of the third period, Bailey back against Bodnerchuk. Bailey will take it, whip it off the glass, right to Favat. Favat now with 4 Muskies back, but leaves it. Martin's shot, that hits a body and goes wide. Favat bodied by Redford. And you're going to see a lot of 8 and 14 out on the ice for Sioux North in this final 7 minutes of action. They were the main reason the Warriors prevailed last year. And the Warriors are going to ride that dynamic duo to the very end, win or lose. Here's Ropek back against Michael Ward. Muskies trying to come up with it, but it's Sioux North getting possession. Lawson takes a bump. Now Connor Nelson comes away with the Muskies. Nelson in on the right wing. He'll shoot. Blocker save there by Marshall. Here's Spence. Dangerous pass to Jackson. Jackson, he's going to almost turn it over to Lavoie. But the Muskies come up with it. And now here comes Peyton Davis. He sends it deep into the zone. Almost deep. It just got stuck along the sideboards. Ward dumped it in deep. Jackson kicks at it, keeps it in. Warriors trying to clear the zone, they will. Nelson gets it. Moves across the line. Trying to get it to his mates up front. Ward, Michael Ward up there. But it'll be Martin coming back. He gets around McGill briefly, but the puck slides in safely to Darian Clem, and Clem will hold on. 6:11 to play in the third period. Favat wins the draw, goes back to Bingus at the point. If the over-under is 6 minutes with Favat and Schultz out there in one form or another over this last 6 minutes, I'd say I'd take the over. They are going to be out there a ton, and we've got a penalty coming up now, and it's going to go to the Muskies. Back to the point. This is Bailey. He'll shoot. Clem with the save. But the Muskies are going to have to kill off a late penalty here in the third period. 5:41 remaining. And going to the box is Cole McGill, as he gets 2 minutes for hooking. So the Sioux North power play, which has yet to connect in this series. They went 0 for 4 in game 1, 0 for 3 in game 2. So far today, they are 0 for 3. So 0 for 10 for the entire series, with a golden opportunity to take the lead here late against the Muskies. A timeout called by Sioux North, as they want to set their power play strategy. Again, have had no luck so far in this series. They also want to give a little extra rest to their top guns, Schultz and Favat, and Martin, Forbes, and Bingus. I would guess would be your 5 out there, although Bailey on the ice right now. So Cole McGill, 2 minutes for hooking at 14:19 is the call. And if the Muskies ever needed a penalty kill, it's right now. They're a perfect 10 for 10 so far in that department in this series. They need 11 desperately, or they will be behind the 8 ball in a large way coming down the stretch in this one. It'll be Avis and Barker out there, and Bondarchuk and DeTero. So 3 forwards killing this penalty for the Muskies. There's a shot that goes wide. Barker, though, with experience on the blue line, he played there early in the season before getting more time at forward. Here's a chance for Bingus. That's blocked by Barker. Bingus now tries to get it ahead in front of the net. Avis, though, gets it, fires it down the ice. Muskies will change the penalty killers. 1:35 to go in the Sioux North power play. Bingus will begin the rush. They move to center, dump it in high. Jackson back for it against Favat. He'll hammer it off the boards and out. Good hustle there by Jace Jackson. And we're down to 1:15 left in the Warriors power play. Favat moves it to center to Schultz. He's stripped neatly by Jake Barker. Good pickpocket job there by the Muskie forward, who is playing a blue line spot on this penalty kill. And we are under a minute to go in the penalty to McGill. Here's Bingus. Tries to get something going. He's stopped there, and Michael Ward will fire right back down the ice. Excellent job of penalty kill here by the black and gold. And now just 40 seconds remaining in the power play. That puck comes dangerously out front. Marshall keeps the play going. Forbes in behind the net to Schultz. Tries a long pass to Martin. He's taken off his feet by Jackson. No call. And Barker will take it and rip it all the way down. And just 20 seconds left now in the power play. Muskies almost clear of the danger. But one more rush for the Warriors as they bring it to center. In across the ice, and it'll be offside on Sioux North. Face-off outside the Muskie blue line, just 11 seconds to go in the Sioux North power play. 3:52 remaining in the third period. Fort Francis 2, Sioux North 2. The winner of today going to the OFSA Championships in Kincardine, Ontario, March 19th to 21st. Here's Nelson now, battling against two Warriors. Jackson has to go off his skate. The penalty is over. The Muskies survive it. But Jackson being bothered by Lawson, so they're not out of trouble yet. Jackson spins back, dumps it high and out to center. And now Mann has his stick tied up. And here's Nelson back in the Muskie zone. He goes across to Jackson. Jackson to Avis. Avis works his way around Bingus. Puck goes off a stick, off a Jackson stick. DeTero now battling against Lawson. Sorry, it's Redford out there for the Muskies. Redford off the boards and out to center. Forbes waits for his mate. Nope, did not wait quite long enough. Lavoie had not cleared the zone. So another offside call against the Warriors. So Sioux North 0 for 4 on the power play. 0 for 11 in this series. We can say the same thing about them that we said about the Muskies. Should Sioux North lose this series, they're going to look at that power play and have some sleepless nights, not having been able to get a goal up to this point so far. Here's Favat, though, trying to make that a moot point as he works his way across the line. Muskies, though, get it out. Puck shot back in, offside, though. Warriors have to clear. And here's DeTero. He'll send it out ahead. And now it's McGill. Schultz, though, back checking nicely. Takes the puck off him. Kelly out there. Tries to chase down Bingus. Bingus will stop behind his net. McGill in there with a push. And Bingus with a big body check on the side against Favat. Bingus now. He'll backhand it high and all the way down. And it'll be icing with 2:07 remaining in regulation time. And if my not so great memory is correct, the first overtime period would be right after the final buzzer with maybe a minute or two timeout thrown in there in between. A 10-minute overtime session it should be. And if no one scores there, they will flood the ice and then come back out and go with 20-minute sessions until we have a winner. Double overtime to decide this series last year. Will it be the same again tonight? We're getting close to it. At least an extra time period. Here's Nelson. He doesn't stop. Lawson in. Shot! Glove save by Clem. And now every shot, every save magnified exponentially. As the next goal, in all likelihood, will send the team that scores it to the provincial championships. McGill against Favat. Face-off won by the Warriors. Bingus the shot! And through traffic, Darian Clem making the save. 1:36 to go in the third. Warriors have been a good face-off team here today. And they win another one. Back to Bingus. He shoots. That goes off a shin guard. Favat, though, picks it up at the side of the net. Centers! Puck bounced away, and now it's Barker coming to center. He tried to hit Bondarchuk on the fly, but that was intercepted by Bailey and sent in. Favat, backhander, as Clem let a rebound loose. Now another loose puck. Bingus wires it wide. Oh, a great chance there for Sioux North to send themselves to Kincardine. Instead, we play on. And now, 1 minute left here in the third period. Down the stretch they come. Here's Favat. Behind the net to Lawson. Lawson trying to center it. Muskies come away with it. DeTero, 4 Muskies to center. Here's Avis in across the line. That drop pass. Ward hasn't taken off him, and now here comes Schultz in across the Muskie blue line. Taken by Redford on a good one-on-one play. Redford, that hits Forbes. He can't get it out. DeTero now around the boards. Spence moves it aside. Avis against Lawson. Here's Avis with a chance. Oh! Lawson dove back and knocked Avis off stride enough that he could not catch up to the loose puck. Otherwise, he was in all alone on Jaden Marshall. Instead, Marshall covers the loose puck, and we will get a face-off. 21.4 seconds to go in regulation time. And a key face-off in the Sioux North zone. And it's going to be Carson Noga taking it for the Muskies. And now, looks like we're going to have a timeout. So Sioux North calling timeout here, wanting to put themselves in strong defensive position in case they lose the draw. You do not want to be making any mistakes defensively with 21 seconds left in a tie hockey game. And on the Muskie bench, head coach Jordan Sinclair mapping out the plan for his black and gold. Looking to get one good opportunity here late in the third. And this is a little bit more of a pressing issue for Fort than maybe Sioux North, although Sioux North double shifting a lot of their players, so certainly they're going to start feeling a little bit of the effects as we move along here. But should an overtime be required, remember the Muskies playing with just 5 defensemen today with the injury to Austin Armstrong and the unavailability of Darnell Kemp to replace him. And the longer they go with just 5 blue liners, you wonder, is someone get tired enough to make that crucial mistake that could lead to the Warriors getting the game winner? Warriors win the draw. Puck goes off a stick, and it will come outside of the line. Came off a Muskie stick and into the netting. So face off outside the Sioux North blue line. Warriors win it. Back to Bingus. He goes off the glass. Nelson keeps it in though. Now Warriors get a second crack and this time move it out. Just 7 seconds left in the third period. And folks, it looks like we are going to get some free hockey today to decide the NORWOSSA Boys Hockey Championship. The buzzer sounds to end the third period. And it looks like I may have been mistaken on that instant overtime situation. In fact, the teams will go to the dressing rooms now. They will clean the ice, and we will come back for the first overtime period. So, on a goal by Sheldon Kelly at 4:13 of the third, the Fort Francis Muskies have pushed the defending champion Sioux North Warriors to the brink. After 3 periods, it's the Fort Francis Muskies 2, the Sioux North Warriors 2. Stand by. Overtime is next. Simply put, it does not get any better than this. The NORWOSSA Boys Hockey Championship to be decided in an extra frame or a shootout. Welcome back to the Ice for Kids Arena. It's the Fort Francis Muskies 2, the defending champions Sioux North Warriors 2 in Game 3 of the best of 3 final. The Muskies on a goal by Sheldon Kelly at 4:13 of the third from Connor Nelson and Jace Jackson, tying the game 2-2. And with the change voted on by coaches in NORWOSSA at the end of last season, after last season, it will not be multiple and endless overtimes. We will have one 10-minute 4-on-4 session, and then we will go, if necessary, to a shootout to decide the NORWOSSA Championship. Muskies starting with Jackson and Barker out there, along with McGill and Ward. So looks like Jake Barker has been shuffled back to the blue line where he played earlier this season. to help the blue line core of the Muskies, which has only 5 players as it is coming into this game. Due to the injuries to Austin Armstrong and Declan Webb. Here's Michael Ward, in across, Ward taken off his feet. No call there, they're gonna let him play on. Here's Favat, he tries to get past Nelson, no go there. McGill, off a stick, goes other side, now Barker. He bumps there with Bailey, that puck gets shot down the ice. And it will be, looks like an icing call against the Muskies, 56 seconds into overtime. So again, a 10-minute 4-on-4 overtime period, just one of them. And if no winner is decided at that point, we will go to a shootout. Here's the Warriors. Forbes, shot, save by Clem. Angie's almost got a stick on that and redirected it. Here's the Muskies now batting it all the way down, and another face-off in the Fort zone. Last year, as all Muskie and Warrior fans remember, the game went to 1 and then 2 overtimes here in Game 3 to decide the championship. Ben Lavoie with the game winner with 33 seconds left on the clock in the second overtime. And Sioux North winning their first ever league championship. At that time, the Queen Elizabeth Warriors, as they were known. Now the Sioux North Warriors, as they have a new school that is about to open and is renamed. So here's the Warriors now, looking to go back-to-back. Lawson, bodied by Nelson. He goes down to the ice, stays with the puck though. Good job by Lawson, who looked hurt in the third period. Looked like he hurt his right leg, but has stayed in the battle. Here is Nolan Mann to center. Mann moves it into the Warriors zone. Muskies have not had any sustained pressure yet. Here's Avis, a shot. Marshall with a save. That came out of nowhere. Pass ahead now. This is Nelson against Martin. Nelson gets past Martin, but not the second man, Angie's. Here's Mann now. He takes a shot there from Forbes, dumps it in. 7:50 to go in overtime. Lavoie, the hero from last year. Can he do it again for Sioux North? He's going to try and get past McGill, but does not work. Barker will take it. Barker. Oh, stripped by Martin. Martin now with it, as he's got the cavalry coming for him in the form of Lavoie and Bingus. That pass back to Lavoie. Shot blocked nicely by Barker. And he'll dump it out to center. Past Lavoie. Michael Ward in there, trying to forecheck, but Lavoie comes up with it. Goes cross ice to Martin. Martin, the backhander, hard off the boards down the ice. And this time it'll be icing against Sioux North. 7:11 remaining in the extra frame. No matter the outcome, great series by two pitched rivals. Muskies winning game 1 3-1 here in the Fort. Sioux North winning game 2 5-1 up in Sioux Lookout. And here we are again, extra time to decide the NORWOSSA title, the winner to go to Kincardine, Ontario, March 19th to 21st for the OFSA single and double A championships. Muskies close, Avis, oh, in the slot. That shot goes wide. Avis now makes a move, he's shot, that goes off the knee of Bingus. Jackson pitches in deep from the point, and the defensemen have to be extra cautious about when they decide to pinch now. You don't want to make a mistake, get beat, and have a breakaway going the other way. Man, Avis on run, stopped by Marshall. Avis again, loose puck, and Bailey pushes it to safety. Oh, what a chance there. Now Favat trying to respond the other way. Spence gets it to Jackson. Peyton Avis had all day in front of the net and no one on him, but Jaden Marshall the stop. Here's Favat in, looking to shoot. Favat, crossbar! Cortez Favat rings the crossbar, and the Warriors come that close to back-to-back titles. Here's Michael Ward now. The pass misses man. That'll go down the ice, and it'll be icing on the Muskies. Unbelievable chances at both ends. Peyton Avis all alone at the top of the crease in front of Jaden Marshall. Stopped by Marshall. And then Cortez Favat with a howitzer of a wrist shot that zinged off the crossbar behind Darian Clem and stayed out. And we will play on. Barker moving his way to center. Michael Ward pushes it into the zone. Surgery gets it. Here's Forbes now, bringing it up for Sioux North. He shoots a long one in. Clem stops it. Nelson tries a long pass to Michael Ward. That misses though. And another icing call against the Muskies with 5:27 left in overtime. Again, if we have no winner in the OT, we will go to a shootout. Avis against Martin. Here's shot, scores! And wouldn't you know it, it's Ben Lavoie breaking the hearts of the Muskies one more time. Lavoie alone in front with the shot and the game winner with 5:10 left in overtime. And the black and gold in extra time will be denied for the second straight year. So it's Ben Lavoie from Brett Martin at 4:50 of overtime. And the Sioux North Warriors repeat as the NORWOSSA boys hockey champions as they take a 3-2 victory. A wonderful hockey game, a wonderful series. Both sets of fan bases standing up and applauding the teams for some great playoff hockey. But it will be Sioux North heading to Kincardine March 19th to 21st for the OFSA Single and AA Boys Hockey Championships. So your scoring summary from today's game. First period, the only goal, Matthew Bingus for the Warriors from Kendall Schultz at 8:25, giving Sioux North the 1-0 lead. The Muskies tying it with the only power play goal scored by either team in the series, Jake Barker deflecting home a shot from Connor Nelson at 6:40 of the second to tie the game at 1. Damon Angies putting Sioux North back out in front at 16:04. Scoring coming out of the penalty box on a breakaway to make it 2-1 for Sioux North after 2. But in the third, Sheldon Kelly tipping home a shot from Connor Nelson. Jace Jackson also getting an assist on the play to tie this game at 2. It headed to overtime, and in the overtime session, Ben Lavoie, who scored the game winner in double overtime last year, scores again at the 4:50 mark on a scramble play off a face-off. Lavoie got full possession of the puck and whipped the shot from in close past Darian Clem. The assist going to Brett Martin. The time 4:50 of overtime. And the Sioux North Warriors triumph once again 1 year later here at the Ice for Kids Arena as they win their second consecutive NORWOSSA Boys Hockey Championship. So, your final score from the Ice for Kids Arena in Fort Francis. It's back-to-back for the green and black. The Sioux North Warriors in overtime, scoring a 3-2 victory over the Fort Francis Muskies. I'm Joey Pear. We thank you for all your viewership this season. Hope to be back with you again next year. Until then, take care, and we'll talk to you once again next year.